Hola guys, happy Tuesday. At least I thought it was. But if something stupid didn't happen, it wouldn't be my life. Okay. Right now, the water department is outside trying to turn my water back on. If y'all have been with me a while, y'all know that I have this horrible tendency of forgetting to pay my water bill because it's the only bill that doesn't get automatically drafted from my checking account. It's the only bill I still receive a paper bill on, and I rarely check my mailbox because I don't receive any mail. So for any of you guys that have sent me awesome cards in the past, I do get them eventually. Thank you, by the way. But anywho, I forgot to pay the water bill. Came home, water's off. I'm like, oh crap. Get online, pay it. The guy comes out to turn the water back on, and he broke the valve that actually turns the water back on. So he's out there trying to figure out how to turn it on. So we are waterless. Like I say, this is nothing new. I do this at least 4 times a year. I'm so bubble-headed, I cannot remember. And then with everything that's been going on, I honestly wasn't thinking about going to the mailbox. So we're waterless at the moment, and homeboy is out there in 100+ heat trying to fix it. Coming to the door every now and then asking if I have any water pressure, and I don't. So I'm kind of like, I know I forgot to pay the bill, but considering you just broke my water pipe or valve, can I have my $45 reconnect fee back? I gotta laugh, guys. And I had to come and talk to y'all because, whew, anywho, I was about to cook dinner. Thought maybe y'all want to cook with me. Let me start, let me say, I was going to start this video off with things are getting better. Little dude has his GI appointment today, and his weight loss is not as dramatic as his pediatrician made it out to be. He is still within, hold on. Ooh, child, so much going on. Okay, I heard knocking at the door. I thought it was the water department guy. It's my lawn guy. So he's going to try and cut the grass around the poor guy trying to fix my water issue. But, yeah, the day was a good one until I got home. I'm trying not to let my anxiety get the best of me because I'm feeling a little giddy, and that's when I go from laughing to crying to panicking. And it's not anything to panic about. I hope not. I hope they can fix what's going on out there. But anyway, I was going to come on and tell you guys that little dude had his GI appointment, and his weight loss was not as bad as his pediatrician led us to believe. He is still underweight for his height, but he's healthy. There's no blockages. There's no obstruction going on in his little system. His blood work came back perfect. His sweat chloride test was all in the normal range, so we don't have to worry about that whole muscular dystrophy thing. Again, he's a healthy little boy. He's just like his GI said, he eats when he's hungry and he stops when he's full. She said we should all do that. So he's just going to be a tall, thin kid perhaps. But he's a healthy little boy waiting for dinner. So like I said, I'm going to make dinner. Thought maybe you guys might want to do that with me. I'm just making fideo con carne molida. It's vermicelli with ground beef. I'm going to refry some beans and heat up some tortillas. And that's what we're going to have for dinner. Everybody's waiting to take a shower. But we don't know when that's going to happen. I'm already in my night clothes, you guys. I come home. I'm that person. I come home. I put on whatever the heck I wore the night before. And then I do the whole shower thing and put something else on. That's just me. But yeah, we're all waiting to get in there and refresh. But what else? After his doctor appointment, I took him to Thrift Mart because he likes the red junk store. We went to Thrift Mart. He found a bag of random toys. He's already gone through everything, thrown away what he doesn't want, and he's kept what he wants. We still have to do the hot water, the cleaning of everything in there because you don't know where none of that little stuff has been. But he's already gone through it, and he was so funny because he's like, Mom, I went through everything in that bag, and I went to wash my hands and look, and he turns the faucet on, and nothing came out. So that's how we got home. But I found a few little things, 1, 2, 3 things. I thought there was something else. 4 things. Yes, I got 4 things, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Right now, I'm kind of hesitant to start dinner because I don't want to walk away from the food, especially fideo, because you got to toast it, and I don't want my fideo to burn. But there's a lot going on out the front. My yard guy just turned on the lawnmower, if y'all can hear it, and the water guy's out there. I hope they can fix it, because yes, I forgot to pay the stinking water bill again. But it's not because lack of funds, you know. I have the money. I just forget that it's due. And been due for them to shut it off. Sorry. But yeah, there's a lot going on outside. But I am going to go ahead and start dinner because I know the boys are hungry, and I'm getting a little hungry myself. I'm really thirsty. I want some OJ. But I know my nerves are getting a little ugh because I'm talking really, really fast. But let's get into this kitchen, which is a chaotic mess because I still haven't had an electrician come in and redo my pluggy things. So yeah, forgive anything y'all see in the background. Okay, it is what it is. So if y'all want to, let's go make some fideo. So apparently they're gonna have to call the city out to shut the street down so they can pull out the box so he can access the valve so he can fix it. But he can only fix it if the city is able to send out crews to shut down the street to depressurize the water. Telling you guys, if it weren't me, this wouldn't be happening. This is what happens to Mel. See this disaster back here? Yeah, those are my thrifty bowls that I washed. And this is all product of my cooking. I cook, I wash dishes, and then I don't want to put them away. But let's get into what I'm making today. The light is so bad. Shadows everywhere. Guess I could have opened my blinds, let in some light. It's better. Now, the cooking part is going to be a little dim because I usually have the overhead light on over the range, but that's part of the circuit that, and I haven't got tended to. I eventually will. I've gotten used to the refrigerator catty corner in the middle of the freaking kitchen. But anyway, let's get into what I'm doing in here for dinner because it's getting late. Now, what I was doing before all heck broke loose was going through my garlics in my little garlic tin and pulling out all the dry chupa ones, as my mommy says. See these little dry shrivelly ones? Don't nobody want that. Ain't nothing good left in there. But some of them are salvageable. These are the last little remnants of the ones that I pull off of the whole clove. See, that ain't no good. I have salvaged 3, and then I'll just put them in a little bag in the refrigerator. But that's what I was doing before the nonsense that has happened, because I was going to use some garlic. I'm going to use garlic for the meat, but yeah, these are pretty much gone. I salvaged 3, so let's get to cooking. The lighting is going to be a little more terrible than usual. Like I said, I don't have the overhead to help me. But here I have a pound of garlic, a pound of ground beef. I'm adding 2 garlic cloves just because I like that kind of garlicky goodness in it. What are you doing, oddball? I have a little visitor in my kitchen.
Use this.
I don't need that weirdo. And see what happens when your garlic gets all dry and crusty? This happens when you try and use the molcajete or mortar and pesto, or you try and use this little thing. I mean, your skin is always going to stick in there, but when it's a little past its prime, it gets a little stickier. So use your garlic. I bought it in bulk. I don't know why. And it gets soft and aguado on me, like my mom says, dientes chupados. But that should give it some flavor. I'm not going to do the onions in the meat. I'm going to do the onions with the fideo, because I want to flavor the little noodle body. So I'm just going to break this apart. The only other thing I'm going to add to this is, may as well do it now, ground pepper. I like peppercorns. If you're Latino, you know you crush some little black balls in your molcajete. But y'all remember this little fancy thrifty thing I got? Put in some pepper. I'm not going to do any salt because I add a cube of the Nor bouillon. So that's all I'm going to add. Get off of me, garlic. It's actually a little more than half of one. I forgot what the heck I used this for. But I don't want it too salty, but definitely need some friggin' seasoning to the fideos because the vermicelli by itself, pretty darn bland. So that's that. I'm just going to mash that up, brown it. So it's my meat, my pepper, my garlic, and my little bouillon cube. Now I got my oil heating behind this skillet so that I can do my fideos with the onion. You guys, I'm losing my Mexican mind. Comino, you can ground your little seeds or use powdered. Powder's just more convenient. Add my comino or cumin for my non-Latinos. And I keep smashing. Okay, so before I start my fideos, I want to accompany it with something, and you can't make rice with fideo because that's like 2 starches. It's like, ew. And I hadn't made fresh beans this week, so I bought these a while back to make tostadas, $0.99 only tostadas, a 99-cent only meal, and I never got around to using it. I don't know why, but these are La Sierra refried beans. I've never had a refried bean in a pack. I've had them in a can, which is gross, so I have to doctor them up. I've never had them in one of these packs, so I'm gonna open it and taste it just to see if there's any flavoring on it. If not, your girl is gonna use her little bacon grease, and we're gonna cook these for just a little bit. But let's open them and see what they taste like out of a pack. So it looks like bean dip. I wish the lighting was better. Looks like bean dip. Smells like refried beans. Let's do a little taste test. They taste like packaged refried beans. They're salty enough. They are seasoned. But your girl's gonna hit it up with some bacon grease. So let's get that started, and then I can start the fideos. Okay, so the meat has cooked pretty much through. You don't want to overcook it because it gets dry, and it's going to continue to cook in the fideos. It's seasoned awesomely, not overly seasoned because we're still got to season the fideo just a little bit more. But the oil has been heating. Drop in your fideos. And you toast them. You give them a little toasty, and they're nice and brown. I just got a few tablespoons of vegetable oil in there, and I put in my fideos. Now, you can buy any kind of brand fideo, but this is the one I grew up eating, and I think is the best. It's just hard to find. You have to go to, like, Latino stores to find it. Otherwise, you're going to find all other kinds. But I'm just going to let this toast a little bit, and then I'm going to add the onions. Okay, it is smelling nutty and delicious, and it's getting a little toasty. So at this point, I add my onion, and as usual, I chopped way too much onion. Look what I'm using, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I thrift with a purpose. If I'm going to use it, I buy it. I'm not going to put in too much onion, though, because of my little dude. But I continue to cook. You hear that? Oh, it smells so good. Just the nuttiness. So cook that a little bit, and then the only other thing we're going to do after this is we're going to add our meat back in. I add a cube of Knorr tomato, just give it a little more zip, because even though the meat is seasoned, the fideos, it's a pasta, so you know you gotta soak that pasta up with some flavor. So this is looking pretty. It's looking nice and toasty. Don't let your stuff burn, y'all. Oh, that smells so good. Gonna let it go just a teeny tiny bit more on the toasting. Let them onions cook a little bit, get a little soft before I add anything else. Yeah, but watch it, guys, because it burns fast. Okay, at this point, so delicious, I add my meat. All that yumminess in there. together. It's kind of like Mexican spaghetti. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it, like Mexican spaghetti, except instead of sauce, you're going to cook it in broth, which then becomes this. Now, I eyeball the water, and this all depends on how soupy you want it. I usually just cover it just like so, and then I add my Knorr. Now the Knorr, honestly, I eyeball it too. That's how come you'll always find like half a cube or a teeny tiny little minuscule chunk of Knorr, because I don't use it all because it's salty. Now remember, you guys, you already seasoned your meat with see, there's always some tiny little remnant left, but remember, you already seasoned your meat with bouillon, so you want to have enough water in here to break all that salty down. But that's it. It's simple. Some people do tomato sauce in it to give it color. Some people just do it very basic like this. And let me ask y'all, don't come for me, my Latinos, or anybody who does a different version. This is my quick, my kids are hungry version. I have a more traditional version with the tomato sauce and all that in there. But this is a quick, my kids are hungry, we got to get these noodles done version. So there's that. And let it cook on medium. Cover it. Let it cook on medium for about 20 minutes. Now over here I have my little melted bacon grease. And I'm going to squeeze out this packet of refrieds. And hopefully the bacon grease makes them taste a little better. Is this the healthiest thing? Heck no. But it's filling, and you can make yourself a little taco de frijolito to go with your fideo. If you have any beans left over, you can have them for breakfast. Yeah, I am not a fan of any kind of packaged bean, can, or this apparently. But it's what I had. So since they're already mashed, I'm just basically going to let them fry a little in the grease. I'm going to turn up the heat, let them fry a little, and then smash them up a bit. I personally like my refried beans a little toasty. I think that's awesome. So let me turn up the heat a little bit and let those go. Okay, so while that's cooking and simmering, I thought maybe you guys would want to see what I picked up at Thrift Mart. Like I said, little dude wanted to go, and it was early in the day. It wasn't even time for me to actually have been off work, so we had a little playtime before I had to come home and do dinner and everything. So, like I said, he found a bag of random toys, 2 matching dinosaurs. He still has those moments where he's my little boy, and he still loves a dinosaur. So he got 2 twin dinosaurs for $1.91 each. They're pretty cool. And I found a metal scrolly. This one was within my price range. It was $3.90. Oh, don't smack myself. It was $3.93. It's lovely. I'll find room for it. I actually do have a little bit more room outside on the wall, the entryway wall. I just need a little step ladder. So that's for that. I found this. It's not really a shadow box, but it's a frame that mimics a shadow box. For my gallery, I'm going to take the backing out, of course, flip it over and just have it white, and then drop in some little photos. And this is going to go in my gallery up the stairs. This one was $2.92. It says as is. It has a few little chips, but ain't nothing a black marker can't fix. Y'all know I love a trivet, right? And I left behind some trivets at Goodwill that were $2.92, and this one is $2.92, but it's a kitty. It's a black kitty. It reminded me of Martin. So I grabbed that, and then the last thing I picked up is so stinking adorable. I thought I would nestle it outside, but no way, because the weather's going to ruin it. It is so cute. It's this little Zen frog. So adorable. Oh, look, and a little butt. And a little butt. So stinking cute. I thought it would be pretty nestled by the aloes and just in all the foliage and everything, but no, it's too cute to be outside. So I'm gonna use it in the house somewhere. I just don't know where. Uh, but it was too adorable, and I walked past it like 2 or 3 times, and he or she was $3.93. So that's it. I was good. I put some stuff back. A couple of things that I was really, really tempted by, but they were too freaking expensive. I'm sorry. I'll put pictures in of the two things that I really wanted, but yeah, no room, and I didn't want to pay that much for it. But it is smelling awesome in here, so let me go see what the heck is going on in there. The poor guy is sitting outside. I mean, he's in his air-conditioned truck, but he's still out there. I think their stop time for work is 9 o'clock. It's creeping up on 8 o'clock. I didn't know it was this late. But yeah, I don't know if they're going to get it fixed tonight, which is kind of gross because we need a shower. But we'll see what happens out there. It's really hot. It's 100 degrees. I'm icing some sodas. I'm probably gonna go out there and see if he wants one. If he's not gonna be out there too much longer. He's a young kid. My mommy heart was like, oh, he's young. He's somebody's son. But let me go check on this food. Finish my juice, my auche. Oh, I love it. Jugo de naranja. So the beans fried up good. The bacon grease did help, but it still has that super duper artificial flavor. Fakey, and it's pinto beans water, canola oil. I mean, I read the ingredients, but it's packaged and you can tell there's some type of preservative in it. I tried to doctor it up with garlic, pepper. I even sprinkled in a little bit of beef bouillon, made it taste better, but it definitely does not taste like refried beans. And I know it's not gonna being there in a package, but my head and my taste buds can't become friends over this. They can't agree on it. So it doesn't taste bad, but it's definitely not beans, and my brain is trying to say it's supposed to be beans. So there's that. My fideo is just about as dry as I want it. I want some of that soup to cook down a bit, but yeah, it's like Mexican spaghetti. And I'm going to heat up some tortillas and we'll be ready to eat. And here it is. Not the most appetizing colors, but it all smells good. And even the beans are pulling through with a little bit of cheese. But it's dinner time, so finally me and the kids are going to settle down and eat. And homeboy is still out there, poor kid, waiting on work crew. So I'm taking him a Pepsi. But before I do that, before I stick any food in my yap, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me as long as you all have, because I've been putting them out there and you guys have been hanging out with me. Thank you guys so much. I hope you all are having a good week. Keep having a good week. Don't let anybody get under your skin. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and until my next go around, I love y'all bunches. Bye-bye.